All right, welcome, moon lovers. Here we are. I am Curious Cat. Hey there. I'm Curious Cat from Luna's Vault, and I have my illustrious co host, Imber Tyler. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. So, we're here to do our 8 minutes on the clock and to cover the topic we're in, Materialize. And we are covering uncertainty and humor, which is those are the keys. And we are in our full moon phase. And so we're shining a light on a little bit of that uncertainty and humor. And so I have a question for you. Are you ready? Okay. So our focus on the full moon is experiencing mystery. All right. So, in that context of the materialize and where we're embracing all of this goodness.
Mhm.
So, my question to you is, can you describe a situation where you experienced a synchronized event that felt like a message from the universe? And putting it into the context of your experiencing mystery because you're like synchronized mystery.
Yes, I can do that. God, there's so many. I love those moments. I live for those moments.
Yes.
Um, so yeah, narrowing it down, but a couple come to mind immediately. And one was um it's been quite a few years. It's been a while, but it was the aha moment of trying to figure out all the things I loved in my personal development and in my self-care and my exploration in spirituality and how that was shifting and morphing. And all of a sudden, one day, I had this aha moment, like set up in bed moment, just out of nowhere. And it was a download from the heavens that said that I needed to really focus on creating these little spiritual toolboxes that I needed to help people understand the tools and how to use them and understand what, and I don't mean just like physical items, not just like what to do with this crystal, but what all of it meant, even moon phases, even other energies like animal energies, even energies of like what Mercury does and when to connect with it and when to ignore it and and to compile all of that together. But I remember that aha moment of almost hit me over the head kind of deal. I mean, I literally sat up in bed and could see everything.
I love it.
Um, that's probably one of my favorite messages from the universe because I was at a point we talked about coasting last week and and it was at a time where I was totally coasting. You know, I was very comfortable, like too comfortable in life,
Mhm.
right? There can be such a thing. Things were too easy. I was bored, right? Like there needed to be, I needed to spiral up. I needed a change. I needed to shake things up a little bit and trying to figure out what that was. I was doing all the spells, creating all of this energy flow and movement and trying to figure out what the next steps would be. And I was handed an answer. Now, that has morphed and changed over the years. And it has really turned into, and thanks to you, Kat, it has turned into Luna's Vault as we know it today. And I'm very, very pleased and excited with that. But paying attention to those signs that come and being prepared to take advantage of any opportunity that comes as well, being open to it instead of closed off and just kind of experiencing the mystery instead of completely closed off and cozy under my blanket. We talked about that last week too. Cozy under my blanket, worried about what other people will say, or not wanting to not wanting to get outside of my comfort zone, not wanting to experience anymore, saying no to the experience of life. And yeah, it took a lot of bravery and a lot of frustration, and there have been tears and of happiness and joy. And the business was dropped a time or two, but I love what it's turned into, and I love listening to that message and all the messages that came from then on. And that's what we do, right? That's what we do in Luna's Vault is have a platform and a space and a container where we can explore that and what that means for you. So you're not coasting in life.
Oh, I think what hit me is luck, lucky. It's that when preparation and
Opportunity.
opportunity meet, it's like, so many times people would say, and isn't that the mystery? It's like, oh, you're so lucky. It's like, wait, no, like,
We are that.
and
Yes.
yet, like you said, being open to the opportunity of, like, if it starts with this seed, it's like anything. It's like, you planted this, but we've all been surprised by the plant that actually ends up like, oh, I thought I did this. It's like,
Right. Yeah. The pruning, or I don't know, I feel like a bird gobbled it up and replanted it somewhere else. But it had to start somewhere, right?
exactly. Yeah. And that clarity, takes the mystery, or the movement takes the mystery out of life. It's really, it just creates an opportunity for more growth, more evolution, spiraling up, and really experiencing the fullness of it. Because the thing is we all have so many gifts. Like, it's just a matter of being able to tap into them, right? Like what you were saying, like, how could you be so complacent? You were doing the work for yourself, and yet look how the world is benefiting from our gifts that we've created and we share inside of Luna's Vault Academy. Like that's so powerful, and yet just so important.
It's funny because I think back to like all of the little breadcrumbs dropped even before that aha moment of setting up in bed and not being ready for it, right? Not understanding it, not taking the time, not doing the work and showing up and to figure out what it meant. But all these crazy breadcrumbs that happened before that. And I had this one in particular in Memphis or Nashville or somewhere in Tennessee. And I'm totally going to name drop here, but it was hanging out, wild party days, and hanging out with the guitarist of Journey. I was with Neil Sean, and we leave this place. Oh, time's up.
Oh.
Did not plan that. I thought
Okay.
a couple more songs, but we'll get back into that later. Um,
Oh.
Anyway, we covered a lot in 8 minutes. But I'm curious, Kat, what was your key takeaway there?
Oh my gosh, I loved it all. I love just that, all of it, because it's from that. It really feels like from that seed of the divine awakening and just paying attention. Because instead of just rolling over, which you could have done, you set up and said, "What is this? What is this?"
Because I was very comfortable. I made lots of money. I
Yeah.
traveled the world. I was very cozy. Um, yeah.
Isn't that what, talk about entrepreneurship of, like, we give away our, making six-figure income down to making, like, the all that time, all that money turns into the time for an entrepreneur, and yet the rewards are so amazing if you just allow it. So, but yeah, my takeaway is that pay attention, create the luck that you have in life.
Mysteries all around. You got to be willing to experience it. Yeah. Yeah. So, all you moonbeams out there, share your takeaway. What did you get out of this? How are you experiencing mystery? We'd love to hear your feedback. Send us an email, direct message, however it is you like to communicate. We're there to do it with you. So let us know. And more importantly, come into the community. Come into Luna's Vault Academy. You can check that out at lunasvault.com.
Yeah,
But
and you can hear more of that story actually, right? Yeah, send us a
You tell
message
that
if you want
story, aren't you?
the story.
It's not that great, but it was an aha moment. Um, anyway, so come on in. Uh, your ex-husband has the jacket from that
Oh,
night. Anyway, come on in to the academy or just reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you.
yes.
Next week, we're back to finish up this topic, finish up this moon cycle. And until then, happy manifesting.
Happy manifesting.